Hi, at Kendall Rae on YouTube. Just wondering if you still stand behind this? The whole Colleen Ballinger situation is a perfect example of why cancel culture is so toxic. Stop feeding into this type of crap without any proof or hearing the context of the situation. You are making a huge judgment about someone calling them a P with no proof. And the thread continues. And I'd also like to say that the amount of anxiety I carry as a creator about being cancelled one day is insane. I know so many other people who feel the same. It's so hard on our mental health to constantly feel like we're all walking on eggshells, one stop away from one. This mob of internet trolls and peoples with way too much time on their hands coming for you for something that you did 15 years ago or something you said that was taken out of context. Stop hoping someone makes a mistake so you can jump at their throat. It's toxic. If you haven't watched this, watch it and attached is a video of Colleen Ballinger's apology. Apology, more like addressing everything I said in the title. If you are still calling Colleen Ballinger an effing P, please unfollow me, lol. If you're mad at her for other mistakes she's made, then fine, that's your right to have that opinion. But stop saying that someone is a P with no proof. That's a powerful ass word. This is not okay to use with no proof. There are real P out there. Stop that crap. Like this mofo. Cancel him instead. People like this are who I'm talking about. Get some help. I will be because obviously you are pro P. I mean, unless you made videos talking about little girls' V's or have sent them a minor, I think you're fine. Also, you continuing to defend such a problematic YouTuber is really making me lose respect for you. I'm sorry, but anyone who thinks Kendall has been unproblematic was clearly never a mod in her Discord, and that's the tea. For everyone asking, don't remember all details, but it happened in 2020 when they first opened up their podcast Discord. They were very two-faced, seemed super sweet in our general moderator chat, but had separate DMs talking crap about other mods. Multiple mods left because of it. Baby love, don't add on more to the plate. Your focus should be on Colleen. This is a nothing burger. She's a good woman and a new mother. I think you should lay off this on. You have her support. Yes, she has a child now, which means she has a whole new point of view as a mother. So she should be able to see this from a mother's point of view and realize how wrong it was of Colleen to do what she did to Adam and many others. Kendall will always be transparent and say when she's changed her mind about something or if she's been given more information about the topic. I'm sure it's coming. Oh my god, Kendall is my favorite YouTuber. This makes me sad to say. Why? This is 3 years old. That was her stance then and could be different now, so who cares? Regardless of how she feels now, it's disappointing she even felt like this in the first place. Oh no, this is disappointing. Sad face. Did not age well. Yikes. Seeing this was 3 years ago, I would think her eyes are open now and she feels differently. I can't imagine she'd be supportive of Colleen now. She did apparently mention Colleen on a podcast recently, but this was before all of the new information has come out. Came out, I would assume. I too hope her stance has changed. Yikes. I hope she doesn't stay silent given all that has come out recently. I bet James still stands behind his words. P protecting P. Isn't it shocking when he defended her? He victim blamed on Adam, and then he does it to his own victims even now. I love Kendall. I just hope now that more information is out there, she changes her mind. I was one of those people who wanted to give Colleen the benefit of the doubt, but now that I've seen more information, I've changed my mind. Wow, this is such a disappointing take from her, even back when all this first came out. I love her, but holy crap, this isn't okay. The fact that Kendall was more worried about being cancelled than she was about a full grown adult sending to a child is troubling. She talks at length about how she's scared for her own children when it comes to peace. Where was this energy then? I've been a big fan of Kendall since her very first Where Is video, so I have seen nearly all her YouTube videos and her podcast episodes. So, I know she has spoken about how concerned she is about creeps online, whether she would show her kid on socials or not. She didn't have a kid then? I'm saying, where was that energy of being against creeps that creep on children? Adam was still a minor when he exposed Colleen. Kendall spoke out against him, shamed a victim of a. She didn't know any of that info at the time. She just took Colleen's back because she believed her. Unfortunately, none of us were fully aware of what was really going on. So, your point? All I said was that Kendall stood by Colleen while Colleen sent adult clothing to a child. Kendall has said multiple times now how scared she is when she has her own children. Now she has a daughter. I mean, the attitude was unnecessary, LMFAO, but okay. I take against children seriously. So excuse me if I might come off with an attitude, especially to minimizing commentaries. You're wild, LMAO. I was just saying she didn't know the full story, Jesus effing Christ. Give the woman a break. Again, no one knew what Adam and Cody were going through until just days ago. Of course, she didn't know the full story. She still sided with Colleen, which in turn fueled Colleen and her ability to sway the public against Adam. That is, I am also a fan of hers and did not like it when she spoke publicly against Adam and others taking Colleen to task. She is an open supporter of RAINN after all. So forgive me if I don't like the hypocrisy coming from Kendall. Seems strange to dig up a tweet from 3 years ago to get people on attack mode. If you want to address the situation and new evidence, fine, but this is a shady way to go about it. Or maybe you don't understand what it's like to be vilified as a teenager when you were in a highly inappropriate and manipulative relationship with a grown adult. Let's not tell victims how to react. You wouldn't know if I understand that or not. And not that it's your business, but I do understand, unfortunately. And I still think this is bizarre as hell. She recently praised Colleen on the sesh, so there's been recent discourse. Girl, I said this on a comment under this tweet and people are mad at me for it. Like, glad to see other people have the same take. I really like Adam and his content, but this just feels bizarre. He was getting attacked by a grown woman when he was 17. I think he's allowed to clap back. Y'all seem to be forgetting that Adam not only went through a serious trauma, but is reliving it again now. Yes, finally is being believed, but the trauma from being a 17-year-old attacked and cancelled by the internet for something that happened to you? He's probably heard that some like Kendall Rae on YouTube wrote this. I don't blame him after what he's been through. He has more than enough receipts to prove it all now. And it's just sad so many people downplayed it. What Colleen Ballinger did. Also, he's probably genuinely curious if KR changed her stance. It's super shady. He knows that people will come for her publicly as a result and put pressure on her when she may not even have a clue what's going on. He always does stuff like this. Why not give her a chance to explain or learn before just putting her on blast? So Kendall can add more to the fire against a minor? However, Adam and anyone else cannot remotely do the same towards her? Why is she safe when she has recently praised Colleen on her podcast from what I just read in this thread? She made a public statement. Did her comments not harm Adam back when she made them? Just like how Colleen had people publicly come for Adam, who was a child at the time. Victim blaming is not a good look. This thread is really weird. You clearly didn't watch the video. He clearly displayed how Colleen and Quirie got people to defend him in 2020. Heaven forbid he called that out, right? As a victim myself, shut the hell up. He has every right to defend himself against people who claimed he was lying about being manipulated by fully grown adults while he was underage. As a victim myself, I still think it's bizarre. You're also welcome to shut the hell up. Also a victim, clap, clap, clap. Acting like 3 years isn't pretty recent, so it was okay for Kendall to address it back then, even though she wasn't involved at all, but not okay for Adam even though he was the victim? Okay then. It's disgusting, his behavior. He needs to be humbled. His ego is through the roof. Poor Kendall, she doesn't want to associate with this attention seeker. Interesting, since she of all people should believe victims. Doesn't she promote rain? And I'm certain she's covered cases where she condemned the friends of abusers who supported them. Hmm, seems hypocritical to me. Her tweet is 3 year old though. If she addresses it, or reaches out to Adam, I don't think anyone will hold it against her. However, my point still stands. When your platform is about upholding victims and believing them, this was a bad take no matter when it was made. Oh, oh no. Kendall Rae on YouTube. I love you and all of your content, but please reconsider your stance here. With the information now coming to light, I have so much confidence in your character, and this is not something I feel you'd ever stand by. She definitely stood by it. She said if you disagree to unfollow her. So that's exactly what we should do. That was 3 years ago, before any information came to light. Come on now, not even giving her a chance to learn the new information yet? She's a busy mom and has a billion jobs. Don't be so hasty. The information she had was enough. She stood by it 3 years ago. I was saying she should look at all the new info and reevaluate. Though, in my opinion, there was enough info out 3 years ago. To conclude, Colleen is a trash person. I still think people should be given chance to change their minds. That's what I mean. There was plenty of evidence to suggest Colleen is a gross person, at the least, and she chose to side with sending to children is actually okay and Adam asked for it 3 years ago. Really isn't long ago at all. 3 years is a long time, and the main issue she had was people calling Colleen a P word with no evidence. This comment thread is disgusting. We're gonna take her tweet from 3 years ago and spin it on her now? We're making Kendall look like the bad guy now? Alright, who else is next? I'm dying to know. This is terrible take. What Colleen did was inappropriate and illegal, but using the terms P and G to talk about this subject erases every credible argument you're attempting to get across while diminishing the meaning of those words. She's my favorite YouTuber. Really hope she addresses this now. Kendall Rae, please address this. People give Kendall a chance. Who knows if she's even been paying attention these past few days? She is a mom and probably not on social media all day. Give her time and don't jump down her throat. She's also a pretty new mom. I hope people can give her a chance. I don't know if we should be hunting every person from 3 years ago down. I'd be more worried about the ones defending her actions now. Yes, let's go back 3 years to a tweet she made with less information out there. Total gotcha. She recently praised Colleen on her podcast, so it's a relevant question. That context should be added here. Otherwise, it's just weird that he's digging up old tweets is all. No, I kinda like her videos. Kendall say psych. Well, damn. No, actually, I'm just trying to hold him accountable and ask him if he holds the same opinions that he once did, just as he's asking Kendall. I hope Kendall has changed her mind, just as I hope Adam has. I've been on Adam's side since the issue with Colleen from the start, but this is a fair question. Kendall was giving off. Take two. Kendall was going off of the assertion that Colleen Ballinger is a P word. It sounds like she had no idea what was going on, because that was never the point. It was 3 years ago. Colleen fooled a lot of people. Give Kendall a chance before just guilting her with your disappointment. This is all brand new information, and she's a busy person who may not even be caught up on all this yet. Not surprised. She's cringe. It's sad to remember that it was so many people's stances on the situation. All she had to do was make her video, and everyone was at your throat, like she wasn't a grown-ass adult. And you were a child. I can't think of any circumstances where an adult sending a child isn't predatory. Yikes, and the fact that the post is still up speaks volumes, unfortunately. I'm so sorry you had these adults publicly doing this to you, Adam. Even if they didn't know full context, it would have been best for them to keep their mouth shut when a child is involved. So I read the whole thread. I still think it's a bad take, but I think her biggest issue was with people calling Colleen Ballinger a P word, which is fair. It's one thing to have boundary issues with your underage fans, and another to, be a Josh the Guard type of person. Oh, and I used to like her. This was 3 years ago. She hasn't addressed the now situation, so she could have changed her mind since. That is in mind. But back then it was clear to see Adam was a child being targeted by a grown woman. Yep, one of the reasons I unfollowed her and haven't engaged with her content since. Really sad considering she advocated a lot for things like rain. I thought we believe victims, especially children. A lot of people don't believe male victims of female predators. That's the main factor in why Adam wasn't believed in the first place. OMFG, she's got a whole rant thread. That's about to be a lot of dirty deletes. Deceased? Oof, you're not kidding. The fact that people had this stance at all is crazy to me. I still remember how disgusted I felt after I watched your first video when it came out. In what context is any of what she did okay? Goes to show how easy it is to manipulate so many children and adults. Kendall is pretending that she isn't seeing any of this. The way she going to bat in them comments too. Like what skeletons does she have in her closet? Yeah, I stopped watching Kendall when she stood by Colleen the first time you called her out. What about you, Adam? Do you still think Amber Heard deserved to be humiliated and stand by Johnny Depp? Yes, 'cause she is a liar, perjurer, and charity fraudster. Okay, but let's not drag Kendall into this, please. Let's not attack her because she made a statement about the situation 3 years ago without all your evidence. Why are you sending an army after the least controversial person on YouTube? Alright, don't be annoying now. You're only gonna turn people against you, Adam. Kendall isn't involved with this at all, so don't come at people trying to be combative like this. If you want justice, this is not the way to go about it. Kendall was wrong for this take, sure, but let's not forget how you are, or were, also wrong for smearing Amber Heard and calling her a C word, lol. Kinda hypocritical if you ask me. Colleen is an absolute dumpster fire, but so was your take on the Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation. What on earth does Johnny Depp and Heard have to do with Adam and trauma? If Adam's gonna bring up stuff Kendall said that was or is problematic AF about someone, then they should be held to the same standard of accountability in regards to these tweets. I should have added a screenshot of my original tweet for context. It's just hypocritical, that's all. Not defending Colleen at all because she's a crap show of a human, nor am I saying Kendall's take was appropriate or right. But if Adam's gonna point fingers and bring up crap takes from old tweets, they need to make sure their hands are clean. That was my point, lol. In any situation, going through the effort of digging up a 3-year-old tweet is just embarrassing. This is unrelated to my opinion on the subject matter. And you're calling out a post saying that all the details are needed 3 years ago? A 3-year-old tweet? That is gonna send hate to her channel? Grow up, Adam. That is a childish move.